Good morning, everybody. Today is Tuesday, September 26, 2023. My name is Michael Zornick, and we are back here on the JavaScript syllabus on Exercism. And today we're going to be learning about while loops and switch statements as we work towards the mixed juices exercise. So with that said, I will jump right in. While loops. With a while loop, you can execute code repeatedly as long as a certain condition is fulfilled. It is written with the while keyword followed by a condition wrapped in round brackets, and a code block that contains the body of the loop wrapped in curly brackets. JavaScript also has a do while loop. Here the condition is checked after the loop body was executed. This is useful for when conditions depend on the outcome of the code in the body. Inside a loop, you can use the break keyword to stop the execution of the loop entirely. In contrast to this, the keyword continue only stops the execution of the current iteration. And it continues with the next one. With continue, you can often avoid wrapping big parts of the loop in an if statement. So, okay. So inside a loop body, you can use the break keyword to stop the execution of the loop entirely. In contrast to this, the keyword continue only stops the execution of the current iteration. And it continues with the next one. So that's the thing that it exits the code block, but it'll keep staying in the loop. Okay, that makes sense. And then we've got switch statements. Apologies, I'm still a little congested from my cold. Besides the if statement, JavaScript also has a switch statement to conditionally execute logic. It is used when a single variable needs to be compared to multiple variants. The comparison is done by checking for strict equality. For some variable x, the switch statement in JavaScript has the following syntax. So you can do switch, soft parentheses, case, and then a default. Code that is executed when x does not equal any of the other ones. So this breaks, right? So you have to write the word break. So if you don't write the word break, it'll keep going down. So if you say case 4, default, and x is actually equal to 4, it'll execute both of those, I believe. That's why you need to put the break there. That's probably what they're about to say. The default case is optional and only used when you want to execute some code if none of the other matches the break statement above are needed, because by default all cases are fall through. I hate that. In JavaScript, that means that without any break statements, all the code in the cases below the first matching option would be executed even though x could not match those options. Whoa. Let me read that again. The break statements above are needed because by default, all cases are fall through in JavaScript. That means that without any break statement, all the code in the cases below the first matching option would be executed even though x could not match those options. What? The fall through by default behavior is common pitfall when using switch in JavaScript. Inside a function, return can also be used instead of break to avoid this problem. So you're telling me it would execute the code here even if it didn't match the case? That's crazy. I could see it continuing to figure to execute the case comparison. By default, all cases are fall through in JavaScript. That means that without any break statements, all the code in the cases below the first option will be executed. I'm pretty sure they mean the comparisons, not the code. I want to look at this just to see. So this expression is papayas, case is orange, case mangoes, case papayas. Okay, so now if I do case oranges, and then I remove the break, whoa. Okay, so the the expression is oranges, and I switch, and I run console log, and then it'll run. That is awful. That is absolutely atrocious. It'll run this console log when the case is orange. It doesn't run the default though. Well, that's because it's got a break there. If I take that break out, oh my god, that is horrendous. Horrendous! Oh my god. Okay. Alright. So let's get started. I'm going to download the exercise. And my internet's going to be real slow. And then we'll just copy that. We'll CD into that. And we will do npmi. The one nice thing about npmi is it gives me a great opportunity to sip coffee. Alright, so let's open this up. And let's see what we got here. So I'm going to open up the README up here. And then see what we're going to be doing. That up, and yeah, I'll try to make this a little bit bigger. I did feel like the code was a little hard to read in some of the last videos, but it's tough sometimes because I kind of like having it smaller. But okay, so your friend Lee May runs a juice bar where she sells delicious mixed fruit juices. You are a frequent customer in her shop and realize you could make your friend's life easier. You decide to use your coding skills to help Lee May with her job. Number 1, determine how long it takes to mix juice. Lee May likes to tell her customers in advance how long they have to wait for juice from the menu that they ordered. She has a hard time remembering the exact numbers because the time it takes to mix the juice varies. Pure Strawberry Joy takes about 5.5 minutes. Energizer and Green Garden take 1.5 minutes. Tropical Island takes 3 minutes. And All or Nothing takes 5 minutes. For all other drinks, you can assume the preparation time of 2.5 minutes. To help your friend write a function time to mix juice that takes the juice from the menu as an argument and returns the number of minutes it takes to mix that drink. For example, passing in Tropical Island should return 3 and Berries and Lime should return 2.5. Okay. So I'm going to keep my Copilot disabled. Alright, so we're doing case. Or no, it's switch. I am already messing up. And then case is the thing where we're doing. And then the return. I guess you can just return like a number and that'll break. Return, what was it, 2.5 is the default? I think. Okay. So let's take the name and we're gonna try to match it. So let's go back here and figure this out. So Pure Strawberry Joy takes 0.5 minutes. And then Energizer or can we do or in one line? I think we can. Option 1, option 2. We saw that here. Case mangoes colon, case papayas colon. Okay. So let's just do that. Case colon, case, even though they didn't show this. They linked to it. So we'll do that. Green Garden will be return 1.5 minutes, I believe. And then Tropical Island will be return 3 minutes. And then case all or nothing should return 5 minutes. Okay. That looks pretty good. Alright, so let's keep on going. Number 2, replenish the lime wedge supply. A lot of Lee May's creations include lime wedges, either as ingredients or as part of the decoration. So when she starts her shift in the morning, she needs to make sure the bin of lime wedges is full for the day ahead. Implement the function limes to cut, which takes the number of lime wedges Lee May needs to cut and an array representing the supply of whole limes she has cut. She can get 6 wedges from a small lime, 8 wedges from a medium lime, and 10 from a large lime. She also cuts the limes in the order which they appear in the list, starting with the first item. She keeps going until she reached the number of wedges that she needs, or until she runs out of limes. Li Mei would like to know in advance how many limes she needs to cut. The limes to cut function should return the number of limes to cut. So what is this? The first argument is wedges needed, and then we've got an array of limes, and then we return a number. Okay. So one of the ways to do this is with recursion. I wonder if that's what they're teaching us here. So basically, can you do assignment with a case? I think we can do this. Like we can do wedges from next. Wedges from we'll just say wedges. Wedges is just going to be there. And then what we'll do is we'll say switch. What we'll do is we'll pop the item. So limes pop, I think, is what we want. Let me just clarify this. Removes the last element. No. I don't want pop. I don't want the last element. I want the first element. Shift? What are these? These are all from the array thing. Removes the first element from the array and returns it. If the array is empty, undefined is returned and the array is not modified. So this is going to return. Wait, let me. Returns the first element of the array. Next lime. Const select lime. And then we'll do like if next lime. I know we're gonna need brackets here. Else. They don't tell us what to do if she needs so many limes and there are not enough in there. I don't know. Alright. So if there is, well, alright, let's do it like this. Let's do it with the switch, because that's what they really are trying to teach us. Next lime, and then we've got cases. So if this is a small, then we'll say wedges equals, what is this? Small, she can get 6 from a small. And then we'll do break, because we have to do break. And then we can do case, medium, and we need do we need a semicolon? I don't know if we need a semicolon. Wedges equals 8. And we will spell wedges right. W-E-D-G-E-S. And we will break that. And then we will do case large. And that'll be equal to 10. And then we will break. And then default, I don't know. We'll say it has to be one of them. I mean, this is where I don't really like, I don't know. I like the optional nature of this wedges assignment. I don't even really like that term. Why is that still gray? Wedges is clear, but his value was never read. It's assigned. Okay. So wedges needed equals I'm gonna say wedges still needed equals, and we'll make that a const, and that'll be wedges needed minus wedges, and why are you complaining? This is bothering me because I get a lot of these underlines. Yeah, I know. I get all these underlines from the TypeScript like extension, but this is not a TypeScript file. It's just a little awkward. I don't know if there's a way, but yeah, I'm not going to worry about that now. So if wedges needed, still needed, is greater than 0, then we're going to call ourselves limes to cut, and then we're going to pass wedges still needed, and we're going to pass limes, and that will have mutated because we ran shift. Man, I don't like that object-oriented programming. Otherwise, what do we want to do here? We want to return, it's the number of limes. How do we capture the amount of limes that we've taken out of the array? Because we don't have a static, we don't have the array count, like that's not an argument. I feel like I'm overcomplicating this. This feels more complicated than it needs to be for an exercism exercise. Let me read this again. A lot of low-maze creations include lime wedges either as an ingredient or as part of the decoration, so when she starts her shift in the morning, she needs to make sure the bin of lime wedges is full for the day. Implement the function limes to cut, which takes the number of lime wedges Limi needs to cut, and an array representing the supply of whole limes she has at the end. Yeah, we should not be using recursion for this. This is not what they want. I'm so dumb. We're learning the while loops. While. Oh, this is stupid. Okay. Wedges needed. So let's start this off with wedges cut. And we'll start it at 0. And we'll say let. And then we'll say while wedges cut is less than wedges needed. Yeah, this is where we're going here. Wedges needed. Then you're going to run this thing. You're going to say we need to return the lime. Let wedges cut, let limes used equals 0. Alright. So while wedges cut is less than wedges needed, next lime, and we will increment limes used by 1, and depending on the size of that, we'll say wedges cut plus equals 6, and then we'll break out, and this looks good for all these. Okay. And then that limes. Shift, next lime. That should be pretty good. Let's see what the tests have to say. Well, they're probably. While this never is breaking, probably. Uh, if well, no, that'll be at the end. So, I mean, one of the things we need to do is you need to say if. So, what does this return? Let's make it default. And we'll do console.log. No more limes. And then we will break. I think that's good. Yeah, I know. I wonder if there's a way for me to stop these endless running tests. I'll have to look into that in a sec. Let's see here. So sorry for the coughing. Okay, so this is gonna figure out wedges cut, and then until wedges cut, while wedges cut is less than or just less than, it'll do this, and then at the end, you can just return limes used. I think. Wedges needed while wedges cut is less than. Wedges cut, wedges cut, wedges cut. Okay. Let us see how we can stop this test system. Bug test? I think it's just, I think I have a loop of some kind. A never ending. Console.log wedges cut. Alright, let's just kill that. Failed to schedule test for. Okay. Let me just run this test. No. Okay. Let's see. npm test. What is going on? So 60. That's the first test? No, but that's the number. Okay. No more limes. Why is it endless? Let's see. So wedges comes in as 42. We declare wedges cut at 0. Limes used at 0. While wedges cut is less than wedges needed, that should be true. It'll do this. Gets the next lime. Lime used plus 1. Switch. That works. I mean, I expect this to be a mutable object, so when I run shift, removes the first element from an array and returns it. If the array is empty, undefined is returned, and the array is not modified. I mean, it should be modified. Let's try this. Let us npm test empty. Can I do like, what is this? Like, that works, right? Yeah. So we got wedges cut, wedges needed, and limes. What am I messing up? No more limes. Oh. All right. So there is a uses up all the limes if they're not enough to reach the target. So they do have this like thing. Okay. Okay. So while or limes dot length equals 0, while wedges cut is less than wedges needed, and limes length is greater than 0, do this. Let's see. Oh, look, it didn't. It's not iterative. That's good though. All right, let's try. Let's I want to quit. I'm gonna quit VS Code and then see if it's happy now that I. Okay, limes to cut. Limes to cut is green, green, green. All right, I think that got it. Yeah, I wasn't sure if because they didn't in the description they didn't really talk about, the edge case of when they run out of limes, so I wasn't really writing code to prepare for that, although it totally makes sense. Yeah, and this should never happen. This is more of like console log error. Attempted to, and this one actually, I want to move this, even though this is more repetitive. I feel like We can probably just put that there. Attempted to cut lemon, but none left in array. Because this shouldn't really happen. Okay. Wedges cut, limes used. Yeah, that looks good. I'm pretty happy with that. Alright, that was longer than it should have been. I wanted to solve it with recursion, just because like I'm a functional programming nerd, but they wanted us to use while and switch, which totally makes sense. Lime always works until 3 p.m. Then her employee Dimitri takes over. There's often drinks that have been ordered but are not prepared yet. When Lime shifts ends, Dimitri will then prepare the remaining juices. To make the handover easier, implement a function remaining orders, which takes the number of minutes left in Lime's shift and an array of juices that have been ordered but not yet prepared. The function should return the orders that Lime cannot start preparing before the end of her workday. The function should return the orders that Lime cannot start preparing before the end of her workday. Okay. The time left in the shift will always be greater than 0. The array of juices to prepare will never be empty. Furthermore, the orders are prepared in the order in which they appear in the array. If Lime starts to mix a certain juice, she will always finish it, even if she has to work a little bit longer. If there are no remaining orders left that Dimitri needs to take care of, an empty array should be returned. Okay, this is so convoluted. I feel like a lot of the exercism stuff can get that way though. Alright, so let's start it like this. So while there is time left, is greater than 0, we're gonna do stuff. So we're gonna be given time left and a list of orders. So let's use our previous function. Time to mix juice. We'll say const time to mix juice. It's time to mix juice. Well, we need to pop an order, so we'll say const order equals orders dot shift. I think that we were just using. Removes the first element and returns it if the array is empty. Actually, we need to do a thing on here because order. So if this is undefined, then what are we returning? An empty list? So to make the handover easier, implement a function which takes the number of minutes left in Lime's shift and an array of juices that have been ordered but not yet prepared. The function should return the orders that Lime cannot start preparing before the end of her workday. All right, let's just do the normal one. So let's pop an order, and we'll say how much time is this going to take? Why are you complaining? Limes to cut. Time to mix juice. Name. Why are you complaining? Oh. Order time, I'll call this. And then we just got order and complain because it can be undefined. I know that. So then we'll say time left minus minus equals order time, and then whenever return orders. Let's say everything's passing. That's pretty basic. So because we're not referencing that, we can probably just do that. Because we're not referencing that, we can probably just do that. I'm surprised this works if there's only very little time left. Cancel orders. I feel like in the instructions they made a lot of like expectations about the time left in the shift will always be greater than 0. The array of juices to prepare will never be empty. Filling may start certain socials if there's nothing remaining. Yeah, I mean, I think this is done. All right. Let's upload it. Submit mixed juices. Let's see what the internet has to say about our lovely solution. Processing. I hope it doesn't have an infinite loop. All right, that looks good. So let's look at the community solutions and see if we can learn anything. So const prep time, I like that. They created this like little dictionary. That's nice and clean. And they did that for that too. Wedges cut. I don't like the letter just I. Well, I guess it's index. If you're using it for index, it's okay. Wedges limes, wedges cut. What the? Wedges cut equals 0. Wedges, lime, I. Oh, they're just doing the thing. I mean, considering the goal of the exercise was to use the switch statement, I feel like you should use the switch statement and not a accessor there, but that's fine. Time left, orders. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Cool. Alright. I've had enough fun. I'm going to mark my solution as complete. I'm going to publish it for all the world to see. And that completes while loops and switch statements. And when we return, we will be talking about objects. So thank you so much for your time and attention. This one went a little longer than I think it should. But that's how things roll. So I don't know. That's it for today. Thanks a lot for watching. If you have any feedback or questions, please do let me know. Other than that, I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.